What does the fight look like?
AJ. Ooh. Right hands. Knock him out. 6 rounds. Because AJ, my brother. AG, hello. Greedy, how are you?
If Tyson come in right and avoid those punches, it's going to be interesting because Joshua's a fast puncher. We'll see.
So 50-50, coin flip.
I love Tyson Fury, though. I love Tyson Fury.
Well, he's named after you. How could you not love him?
I can't never go against him because of that alone. That's why never go against him. I don't care who it is.
It's a toughie, and unfortunately, not unfortunately. Listen, I'm an AJ fan, but I'd have to lean towards Tyson Fury's fluidity, his boxing ability, because that vulnerability from Anthony Joshua, getting caught by that sneaky little uppercut on the inside, getting caught again, put against the ropes and count, and got a standing count from the referee. These are natural shots from Tyson Fury. Now, when it comes to heart, determination, desire, and want, I put that in the corner of Anthony Joshua. But on last night's performance and on Friday night's performance, I'd have to lean towards Tyson Fury from what I've seen.
With Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury most likely to collide soon, boxing's biggest names have delivered their final predictions. The shift after both fighters' performances has changed everything, leaving fans wondering who truly holds the edge before Anthony Joshua faces Tyson Fury.
Let's take a look at the odds for Fury versus AJ and how they've changed since July 2025. July 2025, Fury's a minus 450, Joshua's a plus 320, so it's like a 4-to-1 fight. Before the Fury walked fight, Fury was minus 176, Joshua plus 138. It's like a pretty close fight, right? After the Fury walk fight, the odds move a little bit, toward Joshua, right? Because Fury didn't look so impressive against Walk. After the AJ Prenga fight, the odds move toward Fury because Joshua looked bad.
The legendary Mike Tyson has already sounded the alarm for Joshua, warning that he could be walking straight into serious trouble when he finally steps into the ring with Fury.
I like that, I love Joshua, but I didn't think this Tyson's too elusive. He's not gonna hit him. Listen, we keeping it honest, right? I like Joshua. I like Joshua a lot, right? He don't punch. Maybe he punch harder than what's the other guy? The black guy, Wilder. He doesn't punch faster than Wilder. If he doesn't punch faster than Wilder, he's not gonna touch this guy. And that's just what I see. He punches hard, but he doesn't punch fast. If Tyson Fury can get away from Wilder's fast punches, Joshua might be in trouble.
Looking at the matchup, Teddy Atlas reviewed both performances and believes Fury will take the fight to Joshua first, despite the concerns raised by Joshua's performance against Prenga.
I also believe that the way I saw Joshua early in the fight, how available he was, if that's fair. And again, he'll be better too. He'll be more alert. He'll know that he has more of a danger in front of him. But I just think that the hand speed, the length, the ability of Fury, the legs, to be on the outside, that maybe he could get to Joshua before Joshua could get to him. Does that make sense? Because Joshua's going to probably have to be, for me, the fight plan would be always with Joshua. You want to back the guy up with that stiff jab you got. You got a good, stiff, hard jab.
Adding fuel to the debate, Joe Rogan told Mike Tyson that Fury's movement and ring IQ could prove far too much for Joshua to overcome.
Tyson Fury is so unusual. He's so tall and long, and his movement, he's got such a nice jab, and he's so good at using distance and clinching.
It's just weird to take him serious because he's really he doesn't take the fighting serious. He's laughing at people, he's licking their blood. What's wrong with this guy, man?
But Mike, doesn't it take a certain amount of crazy to be the best?
You gotta be out of your you gotta totally be out of your mind.
And that's what he is, right? He's out of his mind.
You're totally out of your mind. No, you listen. Nobody picked this up. What fighter comes in the room in the ring with Patsy Cline crazy unless he's losing. And he's trying to tell you I'm losing my mind.
Yeah.
Looking back at Fury's biggest tests, they point to his trilogy with Wilder as proof of his toughness, recovery skills, and unmatched ability to find a way to win.
He's trying to let the people know I'm f***ing losing my mind. I'm crazy.
Yeah.
This heavyweight championship's not what I thought it was. This is insanity.
Yeah.
The heavyweight champ is insanity, man. It's called the Crown of Thorns, baby. Everybody that wore that title got a story to tell. They have a story to tell, baby.
He's in the middle of his story right now. Those Wilder fights were incredible.
You know, it's just weird how, if certain people were living in biblical times, they would be prophets. Like if he was in biblical times, he would be a prophet and stuff.
The growing shift toward Fury is largely being driven by one recurring concern that many boxing experts can no longer overlook. While Joshua remains one of the division's biggest punchers, his chin has been tested and exposed on several occasions throughout his career. That vulnerability has convinced many former fighters and analysts that Fury's timing, movement, and ability to capitalize on mistakes could ultimately give him the decisive edge.
AJ's chin is shot, and AJ is not the boxer that Tyson Fury was. I don't know about is anymore. He has massive power in his hands, so sure, he's got a puncher's chance, but I'm swinging all the way back toward Tyson Fury at this point. I really am. Because out of the two of them, I think Tyson has more in the tank than AJ does, which is crazy to say, but when I look at AJ fight and I look at him get put down 4 times by Daniel Dubois, 4 times, gets put down twice by Christian Pringa, put down by Andy Ruiz, put down by Klitschko. I mean, he's been on the canvas a lot. And so has, by the way, Tyson Fury. But Tyson Fury still feels like he recovers quicker, or at least better, than AJ does. That fights he gets put down in, he somehow wins.
Adding another interesting perspective, Dillian Whyte broke down the clearest path to victory for both heavyweights. He believes Joshua's best chance is to land his power early, while Fury must rely on his movement, ring IQ, and ability to control the pace. Whyte also made a bold prediction, insisting that regardless of who wins, this blockbuster showdown will be the final fight of both men's careers.
The boxing pugilists will pick Tyson Fury, and the hardcore boxing fan will pick Anthony Joshua because AJ's got power, and obviously Tyson Fury doesn't have the more power, and his feet slow down. So I would say Fury on points, AJ by stoppage. There you go.
Okay, I like that. A lot of people have talked about the fact that AJ and Fury, as they come close to fighting each other, they're not in their prime. Do you think that the loser could potentially hang up their gloves if they lose this big fight later in the year?
I think we could potentially see both men hang up their glove after the fight. Win, lose, or draw, they might say, listen.
Fury against Joshua has reached the point where both men's latest performances are shaping the entire conversation, with Fury now viewed as the clear favorite. Yet boxing has always been the sport of surprises, where one perfect night can erase every doubt, rewrite every prediction, and completely change how both fighters are remembered. That is exactly why this potential showdown remains impossible to call with complete confidence.
I call it a 50-50. I'm sitting on the fence. I actually don't know. We've seen this Joshua get put down and get up and win in beautiful knockout style. World-class knockout power he showed. And then you have a very tricky guy in Fury. We can't even judge him on that whack fight because he knew exactly what that was gonna be. I'm gonna just dance around. I'm probably gonna look trash on purpose. We don't know. He's got the ability to do that. But when it's a big fight, when there's a lot on the line, I think this guy turns up. This guy stays in the gym and he really turns up. You've seen it.
I think we get 2 different fighters when they get in the ring, but if you're going off last performances, you're going to have to say Fury's going to start the favourite going in off that performance because of the vulnerabilities that Anthony Joshua showed.
Prince Nassim has delivered a surprising prediction for Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury, arguing that Fury's awkward style may no longer be the decisive advantage many expect. In his view, Joshua now has the experience and confidence to deal with those unusual angles far better than in previous years. Even so, he believes the fight will ultimately come down to who adapts first on the night.
Years and years ago, I mean, Tyson, for me, had this awkward style and this great boxing style where he could make AJ look silly. Yep. That's the truth.
Yep.
Things have changed now.
Yep, I agree.
Things have changed now. Tyson seemed to drop back a little bit, but you never know. You never know. You never know with Tyson Fury. I mean, maybe one night he can just turn up and just fight amazing and bring back them old days of what he did to Wilder.
I thought he looked better last time in his last fight. I thought he looked better in his last fight than he had in previous.
Fury?
Yeah.
At the same time, he is not convinced either man will do enough to separate himself over 12 rounds. Instead, he believes the contest is so evenly matched that neither fighter will have a clear edge when the final bell sounds. Rather than picking a winner, he expects the judges to be left with no choice but to score the fight a draw, setting up even more debate afterward.
Them first few rounds, I was a little bit... I was a little bit disappointed that he didn't go from the get-go, from the bell ringing. But I think Tyson... Honestly, I don't... You know, this is going to sound mad to you, but when I always thought about, when I'm going to be asked this question, would it be unbelievable if I was to say that could be a draw?
Listen, it's definitely leveled up a lot more than it maybe it once was.
Sharing his opinion, Andy Ruiz Jr., the man who produced one of boxing's greatest upsets by defeating Joshua, has also weighed in on the potential showdown. Ruiz believes both heavyweights still possess the tools to win, but he ultimately gave his prediction on who he expects to come out on top. His verdict adds another fascinating perspective to one of the most debated fights in boxing.
I think that's going to be an interesting fight. You know, I fought Anthony Joshua. I haven't fought Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury has a weird style. He's tall. He fights tall, you know. Yeah, but I don't know. I kind of see Tyson Fury winning that fight. I wasn't too impressed with Anthony Joshua's last performance, but you know, he got the job done, and you know, move on to the next.
How do you see it? Just the same?
I think maybe Tyson Fury might get it. You never know. Depends how awkward he is. If he boxes, Anthony hasn't fought anybody that boxes around and moves around. So we'll see about that.
Sharing his thoughts, Chris Eubank Jr. revealed his prediction for Joshua against Fury and explained why he believes Joshua offers more complete weapons inside the ring. While acknowledging Fury's size, movement, and ring IQ, Eubank argued that Joshua's punching power, athleticism, and technical ability give him enough advantages to win if he performs at his very best on fight night.
That fight happens in November. Who wins at this current stage of their careers?
I think AJ's been a lot more disciplined than Fury has during his career, and I think he's probably in a better headspace right now, mentally, probably physically too. You know, I wasn't that impressed with Tyson Fury's last fight.
Were you impressed by AJ against Jake Paul?
No, obviously not. There's nothing to be impressed about. He did what he was supposed to do. He dominated an amateur. But I think, you know, if that fight happens, then AJ probably has the edge.
Joshua heads into this matchup with far more than victory on the line. Following painful losses to Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois, every outing has become a chance to restore belief in his career. Support for him is not limited to Britain either. Saul Canelo Alvarez has publicly backed Joshua to defeat Fury, saying he hopes AJ gets the job done when the long-awaited heavyweight clash finally happens.
Thank you, everyone. Between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury?
I hope Anthony Joshua. I always with Anthony Joshua. It's a good fight, but I go with Anthony Joshua.
Canelo,
finally. Huh?
Why Anthony Joshua?
I want Anthony Joshua to win.
Joining the debate, Francis Ngannou offered a unique perspective drawn from first-hand experience after facing both heavyweights in the ring. Having tested himself against each man, he believes he understands the dangers they present better than most. Ngannou explained how their contrasting styles could shape the contest, highlighting the importance of distance control, defensive discipline, and making the right adjustments once the fight settles into its rhythm.
And what do you think? Which of them do you think will win?
Well, again, at this level, I think it's very close. Everybody can win. And then it depends on how the fight goes. I think if it's going to be like go to decision, I give the decision. I will pick Fury if this fight go to decision. And then if it's like a knockout, I think Joshua has a chance early in the round, but as far as the fight goes, it's going to be way off on the Fury favor.
Carl Froch has backed Fury to win a decision, arguing that his movement, ring IQ, and ability to control the pace would be too much for Joshua over 12 rounds. Froch also maintains that Joshua has already achieved everything the sport could offer, questioning his reasons for continuing. Even so, he believes AJ's determination to answer his recent defeats remains the biggest force keeping his career alive.
I think it's an easy pick. I think Tyson Fury wins on points quite comfortably. I can see how AJ wins. I'm sure Tony Bellew will make a case for AJ, but I think AJ gets beat on points. Tyson Fury, I think, gets outboxed. I think Fury keeps him out of the way, manoeuvres him. He's past his best Fury. He's slowed down, but so is AJ. He's not throwing as many feints per round now. His hands, he's not throwing combination punches like he used to. Single shots. He gets hit a lot, which gives AJ a chance to chin him. But I don't think that he'll be in the right headspace. I don't really think he wants to box anymore. I don't know why he's doing it. You know what I mean? He's made the money. He's had the titles, and he's had a couple of bad losses.
As the anticipation continues to grow, Joe Calzaghe has shared his prediction for Fury versus Joshua, admitting he would lean slightly toward Fury if the fight happened today. His reasoning comes from the belief that recent performances often reveal a fighter's current level. However, Calzaghe still respects Joshua's ability and believes this all-British heavyweight clash would be a huge moment for boxing fans worldwide.
One might be in the gym, one might be on a few beers, so, what are they doing, man? But if they fought now, if the fight was going to happen now, I think Tyson Fury has to be the favourite. I think, judging on you're as good as your last fight, I think Tyson Fury would be the favourite right now. I think he's the best fighter in the world, judging his last fight. Don't get me wrong, AJ, he's a top fighter as well, and that's a fight I really want to see down the line. I think it'd be fantastic for the British fight fans, for world fans, to see Fury against AJ. And what amazing is that for British boxing to have, two of the top heavyweights in the world being from Britain.
Not everyone believes Fury versus Joshua still carries the same excitement it once did. John Fury, Tyson's father, feels the fight arrived too late and should have happened years earlier when both men were undefeated champions. He believes that version of the matchup could have become one of boxing's greatest events. Now, with both fighters having suffered defeats and moved past their prime years, he feels the moment has already slipped away.
Well, it's with me, there's nothing really, because they should have fought 6 years ago when they was both at the best, they was both unbeaten, and they both had belts. It was a fight that was never going to happen, and AJ and him would have been a blockbuster, a lot bigger than Usyk, but these things happen. Mountains sometimes miss each other on a very rare occasion, and these two have, but it's gone now. It's gone. Both men have not got what they used to have. And 6 years ago it would have been the fight of the century, or he said that, and I was the one gunning for it. But Deontay Wilder, he put an arbitration in, won it, and here we are today. It's history. It's in the past.
Adding another layer to the debate, Anthony Yarde has delivered a confident prediction for the potential clash, suggesting Joshua has the tools to defeat Fury if he approaches the fight with the same focus and discipline shown by Alexander Usyk. Yarde believes that a sharper, more calculated Joshua could create major problems for Fury and even stop him, proving that the outcome may depend heavily on Joshua's mindset and preparation.
Around the time, just after he fought Klitschko and he was on this steam train, AJ of recent, AJ boxing, I think Fury probably picks him apart. But if AJ happens to get this, rough and tough thing back where he wants to fight and just let shots off, if he hurt Fury how Usyk did, he'll finish him.
I was the exact opposite,
Is it?
Yeah, I always favoured Fury, and the closer it gets towards now, when they're both a little bit longer in the tooth, no disrespect to either of them, I'm thinking AJ has a huge chance now, yeah.
But AJ's
That's what makes it great, exactly. That's what makes me want to watch it.
Sharing his perspective, Malik Scott is backing Joshua, believing AJ's timing can neutralize Fury's movement and that his durability is often underrated. Scott also argues that Joshua's chin has been unfairly questioned while highlighting how both heavyweights performed against Alexander Usyk. In his view, those fights provide the clearest comparison, showing that both men remain dangerous, but Joshua may possess the sharper weapons needed to find success.
But guess what? I'm going with AJ for the fight, actually. I think
you're picking AJ outright? I don't have to run a thought experiment with you? You're just picking AJ?
Absolutely, I'm picking AJ because I believe AJ has good timing to offset Fury's speed. I believe AJ chin is a lot better than people give him credit for. And like you just said, Max, if we go off of both, how they both looked against Usyk, I believe the AJ that fought Usyk and the Tyson Fury that fought Usyk, I believe that makes for an incredible fight with both of them. Both of them had great fight with Usyk, especially AJ last fight with Usyk. It's not like he got ran over. That was a very competitive fight. Fury and Usyk was a very competitive fight. I believe AJ against Tyson Fury is an even more competitive fight at the stage that they're in their careers now.
The predictions are in, but the real answer can only be settled inside the ring. Will Fury's experience and movement be too much for Joshua, or can AJ silence the doubters with his power and precision? Let us know your winner in the comments, and subscribe for more breaking boxing stories, expert reactions, and fight analysis.